Hey, Zach, can you hear me? It's weird not seeing my face. Just a quick thing. Still feeling a little under the weather, so I don't want to talk too much. I don't know if you can hear me or not. My camera. Oh, maybe one shot. I'll show you the team first. All right. I played around with the units. It's low. Let me see. My throat still hurts, man. I kind of don't want to be screaming here. Uh, Let me check. Microphone. Huh. Will this be an echo? Do you hear an echo if I do this? Echo, 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 echo. Maybe I should log on. Okay. Let's stop the echo. Now my mic's right by my face, so I don't know. Maybe I can log onto my own Twitch and see how it sounds. No, I think it's you, man. Why is my quality so bad, though? The hell? Why is my quality so bad? Whatever. Let's get started. So yeah, let's see about this hunt. All right. Wait, I can't see your stuff now because I closed my chat down. No more echo, right? All right, so I geared it up a bit. I'll show you the gear. The most important thing about a fast clear is going to be, one of the hardest is going to be phase one. The mobs, how do you kill them? You need to be able to one shot them, right? You need to be able to one shot them, and my SSB is able to do it. So she has. And I'll talk to you about the speed tuning too, which is important. But she's about at 4.2k attack, 313 crit damage. You want to be able to crit, right? So right off the bat, she needs at least 85% chance to crit. But you see here, I'm well under that, right? I'm at 79. Well, that's why I'm using Karin, who gives a 15% chance to crit. Right? I'm using her in place of Furious because I found out with her EE, she gives 2 bleed. Right? So when she uses her S3, she puts on 2 bleed. Yeah, you saw the face. Oh, yeah. I forgot how do you change the faces. Was it here? Expression? Oh yeah, let's take a look. Right? Like, how can I not use that face? Anyways. With her, the way it runs is this. You need to, you'll see why I use Eng. You can use others. You can use G-Perk since you have them. But she needs to go first. And with her, all she needs is to go first. And she needs to have at least 200 effect resist. With 200 effect resist, it makes it so that she can't get pushed back. And you see why that's important in a bit. With my nuker, cigarette, yeah, just as much as she needs to be the slowest. As much attack as you can, as much crit damage as you can. Of course, with Daydream. Right, and her effectiveness is it's there. because if she lands a bleed, she does more damage. So the reason why she works, and by the way, you have Rem, so Rem would actually work too. I mean, it's not capped out. I could cap it out. I can kill some crit chance to increase the crit damage, but it's working now, so why mess with it? And these are actually throwaway gear, or I should say throwaway, but they're gear that I don't use in PvP, so it's alright. Her weapon's not even plus 90, right? And I had Karin on I had her on a destruction set, and she was able to do it just fine. I was looking around. I had some rage gear. I figured let's try that out. As you can see, it's a broken set, right? I just need her to go right before Cigarette, and Cigarette is at 120 speed. She's at 139. So as long as she goes, as long as everyone goes before her, we're good, right? And SSB again, the hardest thing about this is clearing that first wave. If you can't clear the first wave, this method won't work, and you'll see why. I should stop extracting these, man. I have plenty. All right. So, Sinful Angelica will put on speed buff and attack buff for the whole team for 2 turns. So SSB needs to wipe out this mob, right? As you can see how I speed to, and I wanted to make sure that this big mob here goes to proc SSB, right? The passive, and then boom, dead. Okay. So now Singe is going to S1. Her passive, she doesn't get pushed back, so she can get to go right now. Right? She has that I can't die immortality. This is gonna bring in her, and she puts on 2 bleeds. Defense break. She goes again, and she puts on 2 bleeds if she doesn't get resisted. So now she has 4 bleeds. Now my Cigarette goes. Big boy damage. Not quite, but it's fine. SSB goes in. Over. There it is. Fast, quick, and easy. I should say easy, but you're gonna need the gear to get there. But ooh, it's an epic chess. It's epic chess. Now I'll be honest with you. Let's take a look here. Speed. That shit. That's actually not fucking bad. Now here's the thing though. I had this set up before, where it was actually a one shot. Like straight off the bat, once Cigarette went, she was able to kill. I'm not doing that now because I would have to rip off very strong gear on my 2 DPSers for PvP. I don't want to do this. So I'm trying to find a team that can get this done, even if it's not like straight up one shot. I'll be okay with it as long as it's stable, right? The only thing I'm gonna get fucked on is if I get resisted, right? Like if this doesn't land a defense break, I'm done. But as long as that lands, we're good. That her EE to add the bleed was just made for this shit, man. See right here, he's gonna go. It doesn't matter, right? He can kill whoever he wants. I still have 3 damage dealers to go. There it is. Pretty stable. The only thing that will F me in the end is if the defense breaks fails. That's true. That's true. That is actually facts that you just said right there. That is actually facts you just said right there. That is true. You're right. It's mind blowing that someone sat down and were like, "Hey, I can use her in a one-shot team." Right? I'll be honest with you. There's no way I would have figured that out. I just wouldn't. Right? I wouldn't sit there and be like, let's use her. So honestly, you have all the units. Oh shoot, I closed my restream down again. So I don't know if you're typing something, man. Give me 1 second, okay? Alright, type something. So yeah, so that's that. I'm gonna stop this. But honestly, eventually you will get to this point. As long as your run is stable, right? As long as your run is stable, and as long as you succeed at least 85% of the time, you're still fine. You're going. The reason why I'm saying you're still fine is because eventually, right? Eventually, you're going to get. You're gonna get. Gears like this, right? You got all it takes is one. All it takes is one piece like this where crit damage, attack, like 35% attack, 21 crit damage, 4 crit chance, right? I can roll that attack off to something else, like maybe speed for just a few more. I don't know if that's it. Let me see. Modify. Right? I don't know how much that would actually give me. Like 2 to 4, it's not worth it, right? I'm not gonna do that. You gotta run into pieces. You're gonna run into pieces that's actually, hey, you know what? This is highly usable. Crit damage, crit chance. And all it takes is just 1 or 2 units to be fully decked out, and then you can actually start thinking about, all right, let's go ahead and think about, gearing out my units to do W13 faster, right? It's a progression thing. The first key thing is, let me get a stable team. Even though, as long as it's stable, and I'm able to farm Raven 13, then you farm. I don't care if it takes you 5 minutes longer than farming Raven 11. The gear alone, not getting level 70 gear alone, is worth it, right? And then once you get more gear, right? Once you get the gear, you can start upgrading the team. Then you will progress more in PvP, and then you progress more in towers, and then you progress more in your other hunts. So that instead of just doing 13, and you have your team fleshed out, this is how it works. This is how it works, right? Once you get a team fleshed out, so you've been able to, so right now, you're not able to farm Banshee 13 yet, right? You've been doing like 11, is that right? So here is what I would like to do for your account, Tag. I would like to okay. I would like to furnish a team where we can actually do either 11 one shot or 12. If you can't one shot Banshee, don't do it. Only do it for at first just so you can get the gear. It's a speed thing as well, right? Like because if this fails, it takes longer for you to restart it, just because the split happened, yada yada. It's annoying, right? The progression is you farm this just because it's multifaceted in terms of the usefulness. Speed gear is just king in this game, right? Speed is king in this game, in everything, even in PvE. You can outspeed and overlap PvE content. Or like you're doing Abyss and your unit's too slow, and all of a sudden they get smacked in the face or they get lapped, right? So you get enough gear. It has, speed, and PvP is speed is everything, right? So you farm this because it's multifaceted. Yes, I know I told you before, Banshee is great for new accounts, and I stand by that. Especially if your account is set up for that, right? You have units that can use counter set. You have units that can use lifesteal. Destruction sets is important. So yeah, she is a very important one to farm. Don't get me wrong. And that's why you've been farming it, right? But if you can farm a stage 13 of anything, you farm that first, and eventually you'll get the gear to be able to do that for this one, right? Now once you get that, you can run down here. This guy, it drops rage set, immunity set, and unity set. Immunity has lost its usefulness. Still very good, don't get me wrong, But the real kicker of this is a rage set. All you need is one set, 4 pieces. And remember, there's PvE pieces. Okay, there's there's PvP piece. If I'm not mistaken, somewhere along the line there is available rage set you can get that's gonna be highly usable. The reason why this is important, this is the absolutely key in one-shotting hunts, making a hunt a lot more stable, right? This is the key. So, to explain to you what I did for this was, I would go in here. I don't care how long the team took, but I would make a team just to fight that, right? The it was Champ Z. I'm not gonna lie, Champ Z soloed it, right? Hunt 11, he soloed it, and I didn't care. I farmed it for about a week, 2 weeks, just so I can get those 4 pieces. Oh well, there you go. So like, you can dedicate some time. It's not. I'm not gonna farm this for like a year. You just need 4 pieces, right? 4 pieces, and it doesn't even have to be like optimal pieces at first. Eventually, you do want some, right? But I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So like, I don't have that many rage sets. I actually don't have that many rage sets. Right, my race is actually kind of scuff. If you can see here, I mean, for the longest time, I had 2, right? Once I got one that was usable, like this, don't get me wrong, it's nice. Like Anthony said, right? So like once you get at least one set, you can go back there and do something like what I did, and just speed run your W13 hunts, right? Put it on your damage dealer. Like you can see here, man, my pieces for rage, I did not live in as 13, right? I just farmed enough to get a couple pieces just to complete that set. And again, it's not like the best set. It's just not. I don't know where I got this 88 from. Must have been some event. But I know they're there. They're there somewhere, right? See, I only have 1 rage ring, so it's proof that I didn't sit there and farm that all the time. I just got enough and dipped. I just got enough for a 4-piece and I dipped. So now I have enough to gear 2 units, 1 decently, other one scuff as fuck, right? Like the other one was just bad. So that's a key thing, right? So it's like, now that we furnish your team, Tech, and you're able, so your 13 is actually stable, right, on auto. If I remember correctly, the team that I set up for you was what? It was, that's easy, right? That's easy. We can get that set up like straight away. So your team, the thing that I wanted to suggest, okay? The team you have right now, the thing that I want to suggest that you do to make yours is even more stable, all right? And it was Alexa, right? It's Alexa. Mine is put away, but we'll just pretend Karen is Alexa, because she's not that in terms of what in terms of improvement you can make. First and foremost, get the catalyst, bro. Okay, get this to at least +6. Yeah, you need that to be 100%. You don't want it to lose because you're already getting dicked by 15% in this game. You don't need this ability to be at 90%, right? And then grab this. The next time you see this on the market, I know you've been saving a lot of your things now. Use it, buy it, get it to +15. That means anytime he attacks, he has this 75% chance to put on a debuff. That's all he cares about, right? You need that debuff. Now here's the thing. Eventually, you will be strong enough. And I have in the past, my team was actually this: replace Furious with Alexa, and that was my team. I relied on her for my defense break, but this artifact really helped out in making sure that there's more debuff on the boss, right? That's the thing where you the only reason why you tack fail your run is if there is not enough debuff. I've seen it, right? Either, and then of course everyone else as well is if the defense break doesn't land. But see, even with the defense break not landing, you can still recuperate because your team is actually tanky enough to be able to kill it, kill the shield phase before he takes a turn. I've seen it, right? It's just for you, it's the not having that debuff. So you can try something like that. But I think having Furious with this would take care of that problem, right? It will just take care of that problem. It has that target and debuff on there. So that, along with the defense break, that's two right there. Any more, the merrier, right? Yeah. I think that alone would take care of it. Remember I told you that song was that important for you? But you just, at that time, you were so new, you didn't have the powder to buy it. It will come again. It will come again, or in a few weeks when that event comes, you'll do pools. I'm assuming you might get it. But yeah, that's probably. They have other units that they released that I think makes the hunt even easier. But why invest in them? It was her, right? Was it her? It was her. Yep. That's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty sick. she was made. She was made for Raven, the 3-star dude. But I wouldn't want you to invest in it. Hey Vit, man, I just jumped on a bit to show. I can see why though, right? I can see why this unit will work. But I mean, why go in? Right? Like, why invest in that unit tech if you already have a team that can do it? I mean, you can try it, and it's 3 stars, right? So investment wise, it's not that bad, right? All you're gonna want is unlocking these. Hey, okay. All right. So, anyways, see, this one's not important, right? Yeah, this one's not important. You just want the debuffs. It should be three, 3 turns. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, that's not 100%. Unless the awakening would take care of that. Never mind. No, what has it really been? You started doing slime, right? I wonder if I throw my I wonder if I throw mine in. What will you do? What do you guys think? My level 50. Who can I replace her with? Nobody. Yeah. I'm definitely grabbing that. I mean, I'm not excited for Hector, but I'm still gonna grab him.
時には波が
Yo, chat, I'll be right back. I need to go check something real quick. I'll let this run for like 5 minutes. Did it fail? Why are these people still alive? Did my first run fail? Did I get decked by the 15%, guys? Just like my ML summon pulls. Oh, defense down and... Okay. She's still 5-star. I'm not gonna put the resources 6-star her. Oh, so close. Oh. Flat defense. Blech. I need more gold. I couldn't believe I ran out of this. I didn't think that was possible. There's reforged material? I really thought I had enough. No, I don't. I have 167. That's not enough. I need double that. Then I'll be content. I burned through like crazy, man. After the beach and finish it off. Always do the AP. Just here's a reason why. Here's a reason why. Unless you're very desperate. Like for example, attack. You need one more catalyst for Furious. Just go exchange it. But for a new player, if the ratio was 1-to-1, I'll be like, you know what, go for it. But it's absolutely not 1-to-1, right? For example, I know Tak needed this Twist of Fang, right? So how this goes is to get 4 after trading 7, right? To get 4 after trading 7. If it was a straight 1-to-1 conversion, then you know what? Maybe it's worth it. But for a new character, for a new account, and for the epic, you need 2 epics for 4 of this catalyst. To me, is it worth it? I mean, I have a lot of catalysts, and if I was like desperate, like if I was trying to build up a unit, I know I need it, right? Like I know absolutely I needed this, and so what? And I have a lot of catalysts, right? So I'm like, you know what? I have 55 of this, whatever, right? I'm never gonna need 55. So for me, I'm lazy, I would do it. But for a new account, no. What I suggest you do, there's a spreadsheet somewhere, Bib. But this will tell you which shop has it, right? But the thing I want to point out is this. You go to that shop. You know it's there already, right? It's there in this AP shop, right? This thing here I was looking for. What you're trying to do is, once you go to the stage, again, there's a spreadsheet to make this much easier. But you go to the stage and you click on monster, it will tell you all the stuff that drops here. Here, look, the thing that I wanted to buy is here as well. So might as well 2 birds, 1 stone type of deal, right? Go here. So I can earn the AP as I run the stage, and it has a chance of dropping these catalysts as well, right? So then, not only that, but then I'm gonna get these units here, these trash units, fodders, that I can use to feed my doggos, level them up, eventually build my 6-star units, right? So yeah, you do this, you get a chance of grabbing this, the thing I'm hunting, and then when you get enough AP, go to the shop, buy them up, right? That's probably the best case if you're desperate for catalysts and you need it. In the beginning, I did that. I mean, it made sense. I couldn't farm Wyvern yet, and so I needed to flush up my units, so I would do that, right? But now I hardly ever do it. This, this game has more than enough events, and I'll show you, right? I haven't done these events yet. I normally wait until like the last day or two to just rush the event. But in these events, they always have like these catalysts that I can just straight up buy, right? And I'll just buy everything up here. I just wipe out this whole shop. Now, if you're selective, obviously you get Molos first, right? And then obviously I'll get the bookmarks. I'll get the charms. And then probably the runes. But, honestly, I think it's worth it to buy all of these. Just, it's worth it energy-wise. Because of the rewards you can get, right? You got gold, you got leaf, which is your lifeblood, right? I used to have a lot more. I burned through these a lot during events. So I have 372 right now. Clear this out. Clear out the exchange. Again, you don't have to wait like me. I just like rushing at the end. Just get this all done. And in here, you get your rewards, your gold, sky stones, what have you. Yeah. So for long-standing players, you will start accumulating a lot of catalysts. And here's the thing too, though, right? I'm not like other content creators where they build a ton of units. And like they're always building out units. And I get it. It's their job, right? It's how they create content. They want to flush out their team. So that they're not really selective in terms of their unit. I'm very selective, right? Like, if you don't fit my team, I'm not gonna build you, even though I want to, right? It took me a long time to build out units. They will sit there 5-star. I still have a lot of people that are 5-star that most people are like, why isn't she built? Like, this is one, right? My Flan, who can work at 5-star, is 5-star. I'm very selective with my stuff. For a person that doesn't really spend, I have to be, right? Look, Heads would throw me out a window if he saw this. This is his most wanted unit. I have her at 5-star, right? She's I threw a couple molars to test her out, but again, I'm highly selective with my units. Yeah, so Leaf is only thing you use for is energy. So instead of using Skystone, I would never, unless you're a whale, I would never use Skystone for energy. Leaf is predominantly for energy. 80 energy. Oh my heck! Are you kidding me? I went googly eyes for it. Yes, I would have to agree with that statement. But she's a cleaver, and I don't cleave. I used to. I just can't do it anymore. It's too hard. I can't keep up with these units, man. They're too fast for me. I'm gonna see if I make sure I follow my own advice. Look at the time, bro. Look at the time. It just refresh. It's absolute. Are you kidding me? Yes. For someone that still have not maxed out drink, yes, right. If for someone that has artifacts that is dying, so here's the thing right here, right? If I go to shop and under powder, I'll show you how to get them right now. You can actually straight up buy artifacts. You will always have the 2 that is in the current banner, right? Exactly, selling artifact you don't use, and they will always have this rotation of very good artifact later on. Now, for a new player, you're gonna be very limited on these, right? You just will. But there's a few bangers that will just like absolutely be game changing for your account. So, for example, let's say that you never pulled Arius and you're running a tank comp. Well, it'll behoove you to buy it, right? Like Tack right now, he needs that artifact, the Song of Stars, to make his run more stable for W13. Worth it, right? Would I suggest him go crazy? You know what? If you have the available powder, it won't set you back, then do it. But I'll show you something good. All right? I'll show you something. As you pull, as you play, you are gonna have just a massive amount of artifact. I'm just being lazy, right? But there, I got 20. Some are, believe it or not, artifact actually is very important. Like, I'll show you. I'll show you. And not all 5 stars artifact, right? But like this one here, it's not maxed out yet, but this actually makes her even stronger, right? There's some units that are defined by the artifact. Like this one here, this Elberus Ritual Sword. Basically, she has a chance to counterattack when an ally gets attacked. So her S1 actually is an AoE that decreases speed, puts on hit chance, and can actually possibly dispel a buff. So can you imagine if if her teammates get attacked and she starts popping the hell off because of this artifact? Transforms her, right? Same concept with this unit here, with Ram. This artifact here makes it so that if she's below 50%, she gets more attack, and she also has a life steal. And she has this built-in mechanic where she can pop off as well. If someone dies on the field, she gets to attack twice with her S1. So you can imagine if she's low in life, she can pop this off, heal her back, or she does an AoE, heal her back. So yes, artifacts are important. Some 5 stars are really important. But here's the thing, though. Many artifacts that are like 3-star, 4-star are really useful as well. Like I can just tell you right now, the Mages has strong artifact, but a lot of them are actually 4 stars that are strong. Like these, and this is more for PvP, by the way, right? What this basically does, you start off the fight with 2 souls, so you can straight up just soul burn, right? So can you imagine fielding a team with like 3 mages and equipping 2 or 3 of these books? Right, you can basically fire off your specials. So, and this is just a 4-star. It's really strong, right? This here is a free artifact that you can get in a shop. I'll show you right now, by the way. Since I have you on, Vib, I'll show you. This is a really nice one, right? Dispelling 1 buff from enemy. But here, let me back up a bit and I'll show you. Where you can get those very useful artifacts. So you go to battle, right? You go to this dude here. Halls of Trials, right down here. Oops, sorry. Halls of Trials. In the exchange, some don't, like Tac didn't know about this tab. But okay, you see all, like, these are just exclusive equipment, right? For each of these units, they make their abilities better. Some actually define that class themselves, right? But there's another tab over here. See where's the others? That's where I got this artifact. Crimson Seed is great for someone like a Ravi, which does a chance to dispel. This would be really good for someone like BBK. Hint, hint, Tac, since you just got her. And then let's not forget, once you're in a guild, the guild has some really strong ass artifacts too. Right, like really, really strong ones. I keep forgetting you can buy these now, guys. Warhorn, absolutely amazing for your support. This one seems good too. I might like if I'm building like effect resist unit, I might buy that. I forgot to buy this. Make sure I grab that. The other artifact I already bought. Symbol. Okay. Full stop. Once you have enough, get this artifact. Or get this one. Symbols is so strong. It's so good. Not only does it increase your hit chance, but it also increases damage. I think my Milam is using it. I'll show you right now. It's one of the best artifacts. Oh, wait. My bad. Alright, so it increases your chance to hit by 20%. Increases your damage by 16. And it's an artifact just sitting there for you to buy. You don't have to pull it, right? It's just join a guild, do your shit. Once you get enough guild resources, buy this. And the great thing about artifacts in this game is like, look, just getting to plus 15, which is 1 copy, is good. Eventually, so there's some that you want to make absolute max, but it's still incredibly. I already showed you, right? There's artifact I'm using right now, Bib, that are 5-star that don't have extra copies, and I just get to plus 15. Their effect is still really usable. When you're done showcasing, can you go over what is good to buy in the Hall of Trial EE shop? That's a loaded question. I'll try. Because it really comes down to your units, right? Oops. But I'll try my best, Tac. Oh, my bad. You said the Hall of Trials. There are some absolutely one that are bangers that transform a class, in my opinion, right? And I'm assuming you're not talking about I'm assuming you're talking about the actual equipment, right? Oh, you're almost there, babe. You're almost there. Okay. Um. Hey, by the way, Dak, do you have her? Armin, the green version? I think. I think. Honestly, I think her buff. I have to do some testing. I have to build my. Her. She's not built yet for me, but I think she is probably top 3 tanks now. That's how disgusting she is. That's how disgusting she is, man. I think she's better than both of those versions, which is crazy. But I have to test. You don't have Charles, right? Or do you? Charles EE is awesome. Charles EE is awesome for him. That's right. You did recently get him. Well, you sir have basically got a one-shot Banshees team. You don't really. His EE was good for him. It was good for her. We'll start at the tanks. I'll go down the list, okay? You're not gonna really use them. Did you get her yet? Cause this is really good. I'm trying to see which unit. And when you look at the artifact, look what it gives, right? Like just the stat alone is worth it. Like with her here, right? 6 to 12% crit chance. I know it's a unit that you want to use, right? I'm trying to remember the one you have, right? Like this. Okay. Take a look at this. You have 2 options with her. Her S3, basically when she S3s and she kills someone like an RB, she gets to go again and kill him again. There's your RB killer, right? Yeah, you don't have the extinction, but it's fine. It resets. I'm sorry, not reset, but she gets to go again after she kills somebody with the S3. Fine, you don't do S3 build. You do a counter build instead. Well, then her S1 is what you will go for, right? Anytime she attacks, she pushes herself up. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think who else you have. Thief. You don't have her, but I love her. I already showed you how powerful hers was, Karin. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it works specifically for that unit. I'm trying to see what other units you have that I'm like, you know what, you have to have. I know you have her. And hers is really good. Dustina's good. She's good. Yeah, man. It really comes down to your team and what you're trying to accomplish, right? Like I can tell you right off the bat right now, when this first was released, it made someone like her, right? It made someone like her do something that there wasn't many in the game at the time, which is an AoE defense breaker. Right? With this, it made it a 100% chance to have 80%. You know? It made someone like Charles be more consistent. And he was cancerous before. I mean, he was everywhere, making everyone's lives miserable. made Tyron really good too in terms of his AoE cleave team, right? So these does really help out, if not just for the what their abilities, but the stat gain, right? Like just the stat gain alone. Like for example, you want G-Perk to be tanky, right? More life for him, the better. So the added bonus to his skills is just like that, an added bonus, but they're pretty powerful, right? So you can't complain for an extra 14% attack for Cigarette. Ooh, that's a great question. I will hold off on that. I would hold off on that because both are really strong. I'm actually would be leaning, if you're early in the game, I would actually be leaning for Angelica, because get what she does here, right? One of her weaknesses is she has no ability to heal or have any kind of debuffing abilities. Well, there's an artifact in there. Not only does it give her 5 to 10 speed, which I said earlier, speed is a premium in this game, but she now has a way to deal with debuff, right? She has a way to deal with like a defense breaking the team, an AoE debuffer. So you don't have to run a separate Soul Weaver. She actually take care of that along with like an artifact. Oh, by the way, before I forget, an artifact that is a 4-star artifact that I definitely suggest you at least have one copy of. This bad boy here. You're gonna need this in PvE content. So basically, at the start of your turn, you will randomly remove a debuff from your team. The reason I'm saying that there's gonna be a lot of content in this game when it comes to PvE, Vib, that like when you're doing hell raids, what have you, or when you're doing like certain towers, you need to cleanse the debuffs, right? There's a mechanic in there that just so much debuff is being thrown around. So in terms of 4-star, you know what? That's actually a good thing we can review. Okay, in terms of very useful 4 stars, like just make a mental note, right? Moonlight Dream Blade for any kind of evasion unit is great, right? As a 4-star, I have multiple copies of that. I just explained to you Taggy Hills as to why that's so strong, right? This is nice for damage dealers, like for, you see mine on my Spectre Tenebra S10. Daydream Joker might as well should have been a 4 to 5-star artifacts. Is that good? It's on all of my Weapon DPSers. Aureus is a premium top tier artifact. It's a 4-star for tanks, right? Just putting it on makes it so that it increases the defense of all your allies by 10%. On top of that, your unit, your tankiest unit that's wearing it, will take 19% of their damage. So even more mitigation, right? Hellcutter has its uses. If you need a debuffer, this is really good. You can get for free, like I showed you. This is great for certain Soul Weavers, because what this does is when they do a non-attacking skill, which most Soul Weaver doesn't attack, right? They have some kind of buff or they cast a spell that doesn't do any damage. What this instantly would do will push them up. Combat readiness is basically speed. It increased their order of their turn, right? So they can actually leap in front of somebody. So that's a good one. Let's see. I'm only looking at 4 to 3 stars. You already saw that. Here's another tank, right? Pair this on a team. Let's say you have a team with Animate Shield and Aureus. That's a tanky ass team, right? What this does here, it decreases crit hit damage. Well, mine is only plus 15. I need to put more, but it's 12, right? So can you imagine, like, just that alone can mitigate. Oh, Tech, this is the one I was talking to you about last night. I thought you had this. Right, Midnight Bloom is a free artifact during an event. Mine is only plus 15. It gives 12% crit chance. That's a lot of stats for the whole team. Right, that's a lot of stats. So as a new player, you're trying to hunt for certain hunt. You're trying to do certain things, and you're just shy of that 100% chance to crit. Or in this case, you're 12% below. Pop this baby on and make gearing much easier. Oh, make sure you keep a copy of Oath Key. If you're not going to get Symbol of Unity, make sure you grab you keep 1 or 2 copy of Oath Key. For PvE, it's really important. Hit chance. The reason why hit chance is important, like remember when I told you when you fight a unit that has a infinity that you're weak to, you have an innate chance of, well, they have 50% more chance to crit you. They would do more damage towards you. You have a I'm trying to think, it was either 15 or 20% chance to miss. Straight up just miss. Right? This takes care of that. Right? It removes that. Let's see here. These had their compass had their usage. Don't really use it now. Water Origins for your Soul Weaver makes them a little more tanky. So I will keep a copy of that. I mean, I will keep a copy of everything. Like I said, at least one, because you never know whether it'll change them. But yeah, those were pretty much the de facto. Make sure you keep a copy of them, right? Like they're never gonna fall out of favor, in my opinion. All the other ones still have their uses, right? Like Hellcutters, I still use that in my one-shot team with Straze. So these 3 4-star artifacts still have their uses, right? Dust Devil. I got killed by a Charon running this. It's a 4-star, right? So yeah, like I said, my biggest advice is make sure you keep at least 1 copy, right, before you start selling them. Just because you never know when they're gonna buff it. This game has a habit of buffing. Like you can see here, I have a total of 3 copies. I'm gonna keep in lock of Aureus, just because there's gonna be some content where I want to have it on. For example, let's say I'm doing Guild Wars, right? I have a tank on the top and bottom. Well, I kind of need 2 then to make sure I have at least 1 on team 1, 1 on team 2. Is that strong, right? Let's see. Yeah, so that's my little take about the artifact. Now, to answer your other question, I really am leaning towards this, because the reason I'm saying that is you're not in a position to actually farm Wyvern 11, 12, or 13 yet, right? You're still new. You're still building your account. So this is not going to really help you as much because you're not fighting that content, right? Whereas you're doing a ton of PvE stuff now, and then having a person to help cleanse your team is going to be really helpful. Yeah, that's the thing, bro. Yeah, it's random. It's random. Now, here's the thing. There's something to it that you can actually craft. You can actually craft a max level, max everything, right? So you can see here. Let's say that I want... Who is someone that I kind of want? Let me take a look. I'll show you right now. I crafted a lot of these already. We're good on her. Pavel. Who should I... Maybe Dustina. Who would I actually use? I shouldn't even like be hesitant on this shit. I should just do it. I saw someone that I wanted to use. Okay, here. We'll do her. We'll do her. We'll do her. All right. So as you can see here, you can craft. Wow, I won't actually craft it yet because I don't know what these do. So you actually get to choose, and it will maximize their stat. It will give me, once I craft this and I make it epic level, it will give me the maximum of speed, and I get to choose the thing I want. Right? I can either increase the protect counter attack chance by 5, the barrier shield by 50%, dispel 1 debuff. Wow, that's really strong. So I can literally just choose the skill I want. So there's something to that, right? To reduce that RNG aspect to it. But you're right though, like when you first craft it, it is RNG. So everything, both the stat and the actual skill itself will be RNG, right? I can craft it real quick and show you. Buy 40. Hey, it's the one I wanted. Yay! And it's 8 speed. What was the maximum speed again? Was it 10? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, man, it's random. So if you don't have 40, you're definitely rolling the bank. Right? You're rolling the ball on that. But honestly, taking a look at her, they're all usable. I mean, her speed alone is gonna be helpful. But I'm not gonna complain with more heals, pushing up another unit. All those are really helpful. So that's right now. She's your only Soul Weaver, right? If she's your only Soul Weaver, then okay. Um. All right. He's pretty strong. He's pretty strong. I don't use him though. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Vib. You sell my units, right? Like you literally see my units. I want to build them all, but I can't. I just can't. Right? There's too many. And I see there he's more of a DPSer than anything. Right? He's not really a support. He's more of a I'm gonna nuke your team. Like, would I recommend you invest in him? No. Just because I know there's other units that once you will get, it'd be better. But don't let me stop you though. If you read this kit and you're like, damn, that sounds awesome, cool. That's the thing about this, man. We're not talking about the top end PvP, right? We're talking about just us normies here, right? We're talking about us normies here. So like, we're not talking about the emperors of the world, right? What is the rank right now? We're not talking about legends here. Like around, challengers and below, what have you. There's certain here again. Look, listen. The biggest advice I'll have, the same advice I gave for tech, and the same advice I'll give to other people is, and this is mostly for PvP. I'm talking about, right? Not anything else. PvE, you can use 3-star units. That's exactly what you should do. Honest to God, that's what you should do. But like once you decide to venture into PvP, once that happens, you're gonna take a look at your account, because honestly, it's going to your account and your gear that you get blessed with is going to dictate what you should do. And I'm speaking by personal experience, right? I used to be a cleaver. Okay, I used to be a cleaver, but my gear didn't roll speed, so I couldn't compete with people anymore. So I transitioned to a more bruisery type of style, right? Let me go to my arena real quick. Right, I went to more of a protect a unit, a tanky unit team, right? Like my biggest team before was something like this, right? Something like this. Maybe replace. I didn't have her yet, but replace her with maybe another DPS. It was more of a tanky team, and so if my gear rolled that way, so what I will do is I will take a look at my roster. So for example, Belian is naturally tanky, right? You want her to survive. She's there to wreak havoc. My A Ravi, probably one of the best bruiser in the game, was tanky. And so I would build her just that, right? Almost 2k lot, 20k life. Her defense is kind of sus. I changed up her gear a bit to test it out. I need to re-gear before this event ends. But she was sitting about like 1500 defense, almost 20k HP. And so I made sure I focused on, all right, so I'm like, okay, game, the whole saying of lemon, same thing. So you take a look at your account, your unit that you are blessed with, and you take a look at your gear set. And you know what? I can't speed cleave anymore. So naturally, I'm gonna look at units that are more tanky by nature, right? They're made to take a hit and go right back. So I can't do that speed team anymore. So as you progress, you'll see it, right? Like Rem became one of my biggest play, right? She's built tanky. She's made to take a hit. And so yeah, like you let your team dictate that, right? My Landy, I built her more tanky now. My SSB was tanky. So you can fight it, or you can take a look at your account and your gear and then just run with it. The reason I'm saying that is because once you start doing serious like arenas and guild wars or what have you, and RTAs, if that's what you want to do, it might behoove you to like really just choose 6 to 10 core units so that you can focus on gearing them, getting the skill up. Because you don't want to spread yourself too thin. You don't want to sit there and be like, I'm gonna start working on 3 different type of teams: a speed team, an Arga team, a slow team, a tanky team. Your resources is limited. Your seeds that you saw to level up their skills is limited, right? You're time gated by this damn thing, unless you spend money. And I would never recommend or suggest anyone do that. But like, I need these seeds, right? And I'm very selective with this too. Basically, if there's a unit that drops that's gonna fit my team, I can instantly get them up to max them out. And so if you spread yourself too thin, and let's say that you build up a unit, let's say you built the hell out of I don't know, Rimuru, right? You max him out, and you don't use him again because he doesn't fit your playstyle anymore, or his playstyle doesn't mess well with your gear, so you can't use him anymore competitively. Well, then you're gonna sit there like, well, shit, I just wasted all my resources getting him up. So that's why I'm very selective in my catalysts, in my molas and stuff like that. I sit down and I want to see, okay, what unit do I have? What gear do I have? Let's build a team for that. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, that'd be good. The more you push, the more stuff that gets unlocked, right? Like I already told you, for a new account, this guy here was vital for me. Absolutely, I do. I really well. The thing is um the end game in this game is PvP and RTA, and I still enjoy those things, right? I still do my guild wars, um, and the game itself is like it becomes simplify. Once you unlock that story, you're gonna have the opportunity to go over here to specialty change, and you can unlock him over here. Right, a lot of them has already been unlocked from me. So, and I'll walk you through that, Vid. I'll walk you through that once we get there. But he's a great unit. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're lacking tanks right now, right? And for the most part, a lot of tanks are there to hold those artifacts, like I just told you, right? They're there just to hold the damn artifact. But you want them to do more than just hold the damn artifact, right? And for PvE, this guy here does a lot. And Crozet is fine. It's fine. But like he's no Adventure Ross. And the great thing is, again, he's a 3-star unit, right? So he doesn't even need seed to upgrade. You just need those catalysts, right? And you can see here, I didn't even max him out just because I just use him for his mechanics, right? His skill tree here. Oops. Let me go back real quick. I'll show you. Right. I maxed out his skill tree because it adds more stuff to his kit. So basically, just a quick overview. What he does is his S3 puts a defense buff on your whole team, which is huge, man. Huge. Defense buff is huge for PvE content, right? Make your place more tanky. His S2 not only does a chance to like defense break a unit, but it brings in your highest attacker. So let's say you completely buff the hell out of one unit, like her. She has the highest attack, right? Like mine's almost 7k, right? His S2 will bring her in for an extra attack. So in essence, he's gonna make your strongest unit attack twice. And he dispels, so he does a lot. And he holds those artifacts, like I said, right? He'll make your PvE journey a little bit easier. Pair him with like a decent Soul Weaver. And I told you, man, you get a free one right here. Look, Momo. She's free. Right? Let's see here. She's gonna be really good. Fierce is really good. Lorena is probably one of the best single target DPS in the game for PvE. Love her. Couldn't finish. I still use her for hell raids. She's that good. The great thing about this unit here that you see on screen, when you let me go to her real quick. She does a shit ton of damage. Right? She was actually one of my first units that I 6-starred. There's some mechanics in PvE, like in hell raids or in void towers, in essence, where if you attack a person and you debuff them, they're gonna smack you in the face. Well, she doesn't have any debuff on her, right? None of her ability has a debuff, but she does a shit ton of damage. So you smack them, you don't debuff them, you're safe. And there's a few stages that does that, right? She's just a really strong unit. I recommend working on her. You don't have to go crazy on unlocking her, but just keep an eye out. You might pull her, but work towards unlocking her. Not a priority yet, but eventually once you hit a wall, for the harder PvE content, she might be the answer for you. But on that same token, you did unlock S10A, who kind of fulfilled that role, except for that debuffing aspect. But she's still S10A is still a very strong single target nuker, which Commander Lorena is. All right, guys, I got to take off. That was just a quick stream. I want to show attack the Raven team. Vid, you have any question, man? Just drop um in the box or on my Discord. I'll hit you back, man. But I gotta take off. Yeah, of course. I'm glad you enjoying it, and good luck tonight too. Well, we'll see how it goes with Hector, man. I forgot. I've been wanting to ask you, what do you think about the battle pass? I'm getting it just because of the value. Right. I'm thinking it. I'm thinking it just for the value itself. But the unit, what's your thought on Hector? I've been busy. I haven't been feeling the greatest too, so I've been taking a little break. But I've been meaning to ask you, and I've been meaning to ask you and Red, what do you guys think? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll get it for the stuff alone. Yeah, that's what I figure as much. Yeah, we'll talk shop with Ace. Um, we'll see how I feel tomorrow, but if not, maybe Monday. I got like a little cold or something, man. So, but I want to. I'm gonna try my best, Viv. And then what I'll do is I'll save up as much resources as I can, and before she leave, I'll stream it. I'll try to get your luck, because every time you come, man, you bring the luck. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna take off, guys. Hey, chat. Thanks for joining my quick stream here, but I gotta take off. I'm sorry about the camera. I forgot to charge it. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.